Howdy everybody, it's Deb from Cooking with Mo and Deb. I am making a quick dessert and I wanted to show it to you. It's called Fun Day Sundae, like the Sunday ice cream. And so I want to show you how to make it. It's kind of a gloomy, rainy day and outside today, but I'm hoping that tomorrow, Easter Sunday, is going to be a sunny, pretty, warm day. That'll be a great day for a Fun Day Sundae. So let me show you how to make it right quick. I'm using a 9x9 pan that's freezer safe. When you make it, you'll want to use a 9x13 pan. The reason I'm making it a little bit smaller is the ice cream that I have is not a whole half a gallon, so I'm going to go a little bit smaller on mine. But it's actually for a 9x13 pan. So I've actually melted some butter into a pan, and I've crumbled up 24 Oreos. So we're going to mix the Oreos with the butter and put it into the bottom of the pan. The recipe does call for 24 Oreos and 4 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm just going to mix those together. And I crumbled up the Oreos pretty small. You can kind of see they're pretty crumbly. And I'm going to add a little more to my pan here. I like a lot of Oreos in this dessert. This comes from one of my favorite cookbooks, and it's from my sister. It's something that she has made before. My sister is Presta, and she's made this dessert, and I've actually never made it. So I think it's about time that I do. So I've crumbled up my Oreos, and I mix them with my butter, and I'm just going to pour it into my dish. And I'm just going to kind of spread it around all over the pan, all over the bottom. That is all you have to do for the crust. So let me show you. There's my crust, Oreos and butter. Then you're going to take your ice cream, and it calls for a half a gallon of ice cream. I don't have that much, so I'm just going to use what I have. And I've actually softened it a little bit so that I can get the whole half a gallon in here, and hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to spread. I want to spread it all out to the edges. I might take me a minute to get this all out and spread around, but then we're going to keep it in the freezer for a little while I make a topping to go on it. So once you get it in here, just kind of spread it around so that you've got it all over. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, the recipe actually says to cut it into squares. So just however you can do it to get it all spread out in your pan as much as you can. And if you have to take a bite of ice cream, it will be okay. It's pretty hard to work with ice cream and not take a spoon and get one little bite of it. I've already done that myself. So it's okay to do that. So there we've got that kind of spread. I'm going to do a little more spreading on it, and then I'm going to put it in the freezer while I make the topping. So I'll be right back in just a few minutes to make a topping. After you get your ice cream spread all around your pan on top of your Oreos, you're going to need some pecans chopped up. I didn't do it calls for a cup. I didn't do that much because mine is a smaller version. But just spread your your pecans on top of your ice cream, and then put it in the freezer and make your topping. So that's what I'm going to do now, is drop this in the freezer for a little while, and I'll come back and we'll make this topping together. So this is an addition to this recipe. I had some Oreos left over that I didn't put in the crust, and they're already chopped up, so I thought I would just add them with the pecans on top of the ice cream. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I can't imagine Oreos being bad at any point, so it will probably be fine. But you can, or you don't have to, but that's what I've done with my Oreos. Just spread a few extra on top of the ice cream. So now it's finally time to make that chocolate topping to go over your ice cream. So to a medium saucepan, you're going to add 2 cups of powdered sugar, 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips, a 13-ounce can of evaporated milk, 1/2 cup of butter. You've got your heat on about medium. You're going to start letting that butter melt, and incorporating all of your ingredients together. It'll take just a minute or two to get it all combined. And you're going to keep your eye on, let it be heating and melting your butter. Just keep stirring. You're going to have to do a lot of stirring on this recipe. You don't want it to burn or stick. It's starting to come together now. Everything's melting. And it's almost ready to boil. When it does start boiling, you will continue to stir and let it boil for about 8 minutes. You need to stir it constantly because it will stick. Your chocolate is going to begin to thicken as you stir it. Now it's really getting close. It's almost been time. You're going to add your vanilla when you're almost near the end of your 8 minutes. And just continue to stir the whole time. Now I've turned the eye off. And now I'm adding that vanilla. You're going to stir in the vanilla, and then you're going to set the pan off of the eye and let it cool for about 1 hour. And then you're going to add it to your ice cream. It's been about an hour, y'all. My chocolate sauce has cooled, and you can see how, well, maybe now you can see how thick it got. And let me tell you, I did do a taste test here. This is some of the best chocolate sauce I have ever tasted. I can't believe I've waited this long to try this. It is really, really good. So, I've got my ice cream and my Oreos and the nuts that I put on top and a little extra crushed Oreos. Taking that out of the freezer. So now I'm just going to spread my chocolate sauce on top. And it got me, while I was waiting for it to cool, I was thinking that you could probably add some other things. If you wanted to use walnuts instead of pecans, you could. Maybe if you wanted some coconut, you could put coconut on it. You could probably chop up some cherries and put cherries on it and then put your chocolate on top. But listen, this dessert is going to be so good. I cannot wait till this finishes. We're going to put this back in the freezer, let the chocolate sauce get hard over the top of it. And actually, we probably won't even eat it until tomorrow. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'll do a taste test so I can show it to you. But that's all there is to that. It's so simple. And, you know, it's got vanilla ice cream in it. Oh, you could do a different kind of ice cream. You could do strawberry, chocolate, butter pecan. You can probably do any kind of ice cream you like. I just use vanilla because that's what I have. But yeah, this is going to be a yummy, yummy dessert. I think at the when I cut it, I'm going to use some Cool Whip. Put a glob of Cool Whip on top with maybe a cherry on top of that. If I have cherries, I have to look. But you could do a lot of different things with it. Man, that chocolate sauce is really good. So, it's a really good recipe. Give it a try, y'all. See you later. Well, it's finished. The Sunday Fun Day Sunday is finished. This is it. It's been in the freezer. The ice cream refroze. The chocolate has now froze. And it's time for a taste test. Because you know I don't want to serve this to guests unless I've tasted it. Make sure that it tastes good, right? And remember, there is Oreo cookies on the bottom. There is ice cream and nuts, and I sprinkled some more Oreo cookies on the top of the ice cream. And then I made a mixture of chocolate with some powdered sugar, some evaporated milk, butter, and cooked that on the stove top and let it cool. And then I put it on top of my ice cream. So now I'm going to see if I can cut through this and give it a little taste test. I'm excited to see what it looks like on the inside too, and see how the layers look. So let's see if I can get some out here. And almost got it. There we go. There we go. It'll be pretty to put some whipped topping on top and maybe a cherry. But there is fun day Sunday, like an ice cream sundae, you know. And to take a test here, I've got chocolate and cookie and vanilla ice cream. I really love that chocolate. That's a really good chocolate sauce. It'd be good to use just to drizzle over ice cream. But this is a really good dessert. I think my guests tomorrow are gonna like it. I know I'm enjoying it now. Yeah. So I love the crunch in the cookies too. Kind of reminds me of Dairy Queen ice cream cakes. Kind of reminds me of those. But listen, Sunday fun day. Give it a try. Thanks.